Wow, this lady's story and what Trump did for her is truly amazing. You've got to check it out.
And I was watching and I heard the story of an incredible, unbelievable young woman who was battling rare bone cancer. They made a mistake. A doctor or a hospital made a mistake. She called it it was a medical error. Her name is Natalie Harp, and she lit up the television screen like very few people I've ever seen do it. And she talked about how they were preparing her for death. And because of Right to Try, she's now living and I think doing phenomenally well. And somebody said she's here. Are you here, Natalie? Where's Natalie? Will you come up here, please? Come up, Natalie.
Thank you, Mr. President. You know, we all know the story about the Good Samaritan, but what you don't know is I was that forgotten person on the side of the road, the victim of medical error, the number 3 cause of death under the previous administration, and left to die of cancer. First, the medical establishment, they came by and they saw me there, so they wrote prescriptions for opioids, and they walked on. Next, the political establishment, they saw me there. And they stopped just long enough to come over and tell me how to die, how to speed up my death so I could somehow die with dignity. But then an outsider, my Good Samaritan, President Donald J. Trump, he saw me there and he didn't walk by, he stopped. And for every single one of us, he gave up his own quality of life so we could live and work and fight with dignity, because he believes in survival of the fighters, not the fittest.
Here's what I'm thinking. It's going on 4 years, so 3.5 years now that Biden's been in office. And what, 40 years that he's been in Congress or the vice president within all that time. Like, he's been there. You never hear anyone come out with a story like this. This is a true, genuine story that this woman went through, and Trump was the one that just helped her so much. And it was just beautiful to hear. It was so genuine, so authentic, so real. And you never, ever see that, any stories like that coming from to support Biden. That's something to think about. It was just amazing. I was just like, Trump is someone that fights for America. And if you really watched what he did in his 4 years as president, as the woman said, he kept all of his promises. He backed America. He's done more for the minority than any other president. Unless you truly hate Trump, you're not going to see anything that he did positive as positive. You're going to look away and you're going to try to create stories so that it looks like Trump was a disaster. But if you're a true American and you truly want and believe in the American values, then you saw in that 4 years Trump doing this, not just for that woman, but for many Americans in his 4 years as president. It was just so beautiful to hear her story and her passion.